Morning, man. You already know how we do. We outside, inside, we the fuck everywhere. Hope everybody doing good. Had a great weekend. I did, chilled. I need to sleep. I was a little grouchy, but nigga need to sleep, you heard? But what up, everybody? I'm gonna let everybody chime in. You know how that go. We're gonna smoke this Elski. But everybody come in, look at that beautiful view. It's a little windy, you know what I'm saying? A little cold this morning. I was up to like 6, cold as ice, man. Christy, good morning. What's poppin', Christy? Hope you had a good weekend. What's poppin'? Good morning. Hi. What's poppin'? White probably here. What up, everybody? What's poppin', man? You know how I do. I give it like 3, 5 minutes. But good morning, Christy. Hope everything good. Hope you had a good weekend. If you don't know, the BET Awards was Sunday, and yeah, I don't want to like dive too much into anything other than this. You know what I mean? Of course, you know how life is. Life, you know what I mean? Prices ain't, they're going down a little bit, but ain't a lot. But let's keep it like this. Boom, boom, boom. But what up, y'all? Went to Vegas, copped some, you know, Carton, some ciggies. That's another thing. I can't believe fucking California, as big as a state it is, it don't do menthol. That's a lot of business money you're losing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, stores still undercut and sell it, but now the store could sell it to $5 more. Like everything is just like a simple thing. We ain't gonna be in charge of it, so somebody else could charge 5 million. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But what up, folk? How y'all living? How y'all doing? You know how the fuck we give it up? It's $8, $8 random. BT Awards, man. Shout out to French Montana Max B representing for New York, New York. Even Drewski said some ill shit. He was like, "Yo, shout out, French Montana and Max B for the Knicks anthem or some shit." They said, but word, man. What's up, Dollar? Untrollable the casa was popping, boy. How you, man? How was your weekend? Hope everybody was doing good. If you guys didn't see the BET Awards, you didn't miss out on nothing spectacular. You understand me? Ti did a performance, which when Ti performing, business is slow. You heard? And a lot, not a lot of rappers was doing their thing 2025, 26, right? Happy Monday was popping, NAD. Yeah, them BET Awards was I don't know. And Tiana, man, mommy. My thing is like, yo, you could be beautiful inside out, whatever. Sometimes I just don't like her swag. Like it's like sometimes like if you but maybe that's the Harlem, you know what I mean? That could be just the Harlem in her. But my man, son, ain't even produced an album last year or this year, and he still caught 4 awards or two. Weirdo shit going on at that award ceremony, I tell you. But one of the funniest joints I seen at that award ceremony was Drewski coming out like Hove with the big fro head, talking his shit. And another good look. It's my man, Big Avell, man. But Max, one thing, man, you did go to a award ceremony. You could have dressed up a little bit more. You could. I'm just, you got, maybe 300 bands and just jewelry on the wrist. Maybe a little time. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Maybe it's just me, you know. That's what I felt like broke the code. I remember when like even funerals you had to dress up to a funeral. Now if you ain't dressed down, you looking like the odd one, and that's weird. You know what I'm saying? Like usually, weddings and funerals, those are days that you know what I mean. It's a very important day. You're honoring somebody, obviously, a life or lives, and the at least you could do is throw slacks on. You know what I mean? Like I've been to so many funerals. It sucks from family, friends, and etc. Right? But yo, when you follow that line, man, since fucking let's say 84, 85, I've been going to, funerals since a little kid. Yo, people used to dress up. Now people are dressing down. And this is a great little segue, Max. It really, yo, and the rich folk would be like, yeah, but this shit costs like 30 bands, nigga. I don't care. This shit look crazy, like you're wearing sweatpants, my nigga. You know what I mean? But shout out to the BET joint, you know what I'm saying? They did their thing. It wasn't promoted. I look, when I was a young lad, man, we used to like, oh shit, the BET Awards is in like a month. Oh shit, weeks, right? Like I found this shit out the night of. I was like, oh shit, son, yo, the BET is doing it. It was nice, but I was hungover from drinking white Zinfandels. I normally don't drink. Yours. How was your weekend? Yo, that's what's up, man. I'm happy you chill, basically. You know what I mean? Zinfandels, remember Zinfandels are cool, man. Zinfandels, so yeah, that white Zinfandel, they all follow the line of to me, like remember what was those little drink, right? Like the Schweppes or like I remember vodka had one. It was a red thing. What was it called? It started with an S, but whatever, man. You know what I mean? It was this like Zimas, right? Remember Zimas was popping, was popping. What up, everybody? Chilling, chilling, chilling. Yeah, man. I was not fond of the BET Awards, man. Ain't nothing going. I didn't see it. You know what I mean? Maybe that was my little disconnect, was not seeing it. I usually do, you know what I mean? But once I saw Kendrick went in, yo, they gave best rap duo to fucking Clips. Like it's just out of control, man. It is, man. And it actually made me a little happy because I was like, it's still it's like almost like rock and roll. You know how rock and roll and all other genres, their artists get to grow. You know what I mean? Only hip hop is like an ageism thing. Like, oh, you unk. You know what I mean? You too old, Gramps. Yo, you 50 doing rapping? Like, you know what I mean? But I'm glad Clips, because it was a good project. You know what I mean? And maybe they were the only duels out there anyway. I don't really see too many rap duels like I used to back in the days. You know what I'm saying? From Mob Deeps to Outkast to Wu Tang Clans, even though they weren't, you know what I mean? Groups, right? But what up, everybody? I'm glad to hear everybody had a cool weekend. Shout out to them Zinfandels. Yo, why? Nene, can you put some salt and pepper on that? What happened with Drewski? Like I said, the only joint I saw was they have, when you go on YouTube, I clicked it. In fact, I jumped on Chorus World joint real quick yesterday and or this morning. I don't know. But long story short, I seen some shit where it was like, Drewski and hot water. And I was like, why? And then I saw one thing, which was the Jay-Z skit he did. And I was like, oh, this is pretty funny. You know what I mean? But maybe he went overboard. I heard he started it with the preacher shit, right? With pretending he a preacher again. Nah, man. Didn't serve in the army, man. Let me know. I'm gonna get attacked because I like camouflage. Is that a thing now? Oh, I appreciate you, Carl. Yo, Carl, last time some nigga was like, yo, you ain't sir. I was like, yo, I really like it. It's a Vans, though. You know what I mean? I like Vans, by the way. But I appreciate you, Carl. Still in his antics, right? Still in his antics. Drewski, somebody, they said he was live, right? And somebody said, yo, Drewski, you gonna get canceled for like you keep pushing it, right? And it's like, nah, I got you, Carl. You know what I mean? I know when to owe up to mine, right? You know what I mean? But yeah, man, thank you. I appreciate you. I always do. You know what I mean? You're trying to do this on a calm joint, and then you be like, yo, my whole joint on random is like positivity, messages, current events. We just talk our shit over here, right? And people like trolls are everywhere. But I appreciate you for being a real one. Salute to you, pa. You know? I could owe up. You know what I mean? Like I bit too early. I was like, wait, nigga, like he's like, nah, nigga, cool trip, nigga. But yo, salute to you. But word, man, the BT Awards, man, it wasn't hitting. Drake won four. Um, Kendrick two. Tiana Taylor won one. I like that she wins. I just sometimes, like I say, she's too New York. Sometimes her mouth, you know what I mean. And I'm not saying you got to be a dime or a fly when to talk yours, but she talking her money talk. Let her do her, right? She's a good actress, though. That's another thing, right? We could all agree that she is a good actress. She just has uh back in the days they used to say strong features, right? She has very prominent strong features. I get, but that's the new look now, is the jaw and looking like a robot type shit. But what up, everybody? I hope everybody doing good. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Let me know what you guys did. If not, I'll let you know what I did. I took the little kid to the park, godson, grandson. I mean, and yeah, man, we walked 2 blocks, and it was cool because you kind of want kids to walk again. Not rely on the carriage too much. So we walked to the park. That park that I always walk to. He met friends. You know what I mean? They played. They bugged out. So it was a real good time. And I got videos where I'm flying a kite. If you don't know, kites are really hard to fly, man. You need to get a running start. You need to catch some wind and then allow it inch by inch, and then the wind to just take it. Hopefully no trees around to eat your kite. But yeah, man. 4 piece. The Clips was doing a thing. That album, yo, I'm glad somebody recognized the album, let's just say, right? I can't be a hater, or you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sometimes voicing your opinion is people think you're hating, but nah, man. So I got the little setup right here, y'all. You know me. It's a cool little background with the elephant joint, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, what's up, everybody? Let's go through my little, you know what I mean? Dope performances. That's Ti doing his thing. Oh, look how that the elephant thing bleeds through these things. So these are your winners, like you said. You had Michael B. Jordan winning for Sinners. You got I think um Marlon Wayne's winning for him. Tiana Taylor, like you said, grabbed her for. Who did they honor? I know they honored somebody. Shout out to the women. You know what I mean? I think, did they honor Lauren Hill or somebody? That's SZA. Shout out to SZA, and I think that's that new artist. That word, man. I am a unk. You know what I'm saying? That's Drewski with one. Drewski, I heard one. And this is just I think previous joints. Was Beyonce there? Was Jay-Z there? It's wild that he's doing like his rollout and shit. Obviously, he got a subway car in New York City that's designated to like it's not for a new album. It's just for Reasonable Doubt. I believe hit the 25-year mark or something like that, maybe 30. I think 96, right? 30 years. So that's fire. Thank you, Nene D. I appreciate you, co-host. You already know how we do. You know what I mean? But word, man. When like I say, look, I we grew up where they really brainwashed your brain to think that only cute or a certain type of person was supposed to be celebrity or something, right? So, Tiana's a dope person, you know what I'm saying? I just sometimes like she talks like, look, I seen videos with Queen's Flip, and when she's like in her natural habitat, she a Harlem chick, let's just say, right? But shout out to her, man. She worked really hard. She did films with Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, not for nothing, her resume is real impressive. Like for what she's doing, from singer, which is one of the dopest routes, is becoming a singer, learning that the industry is not going to pay you the way you think you should be paid, and then bouncing into the acting gig and finding out that climbing the ladder is almost that too, right? Like you're not getting paid those big checks yet, But hopefully she's, acquiring an impressive resume that will give her that bag, you know what I mean? But I don't even want to, sound racist, but you always hear stories that, like, Hollywood isn't too fond or friendly to, like, black actresses, let's just say, right? And sometimes people got to talk like this, we got to hear it, y'all. We got to hear, like, it's not like sometimes, like, I like how Gen Z is starting to say, like, yo, stop saying, we got to work hard and pull up our bootstraps. Niggas is doing 80-hour joints, 60, 70-hour joints, and still making the same paper y'all were making doing, 30, 40 hours. You know what I'm saying? But times have changed. Things are inflation is out of this world, and America is becoming a place. It's almost like Dubai. But the thing is, there should be some states that are able enough to support a lower class of people, though. They really weeded out the middle class in America. It's wild. It's either rich or poor, right? But word, man. Hollywood hasn't really been, cool to the ladies, man. So for Tiana to be in this like boat she's in, shout out to Tiana Taylor. You know what I'm saying? I could joke. I could be, oh, but yo, I want to hit. You know what I mean? But like, to each their own. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also not gonna deny her flowers, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know how folk don't do that no more. They either just shit on you or don't. And it's like, yo, I'm not trying to shit on her. I'm just joking with the appearance thing, cause you know what I'm saying? But as an actress, she kicks ass. I saw that in theaters, the Leonardo DiCaprio one, you know what I'm saying? Which I thought was gonna stir more, those movies like Civil War and that one, I thought they were gonna stir more shit going on. But I think that they work is too hard that motherfuckers don't even got time to protest no more, right? You know what I mean? You find out in California, gruesome, he's doing weird shit like he'll give contractors like millions of dollars for them for the contractors to give money into his charity thing. And it's almost like, and when it's weird little scams going on, you know what I mean? And people are following paper trails, you know what I mean? Oh, that's a fact. Even with all her accolades, Tiana is just being recognized. That is bugged out, right? That is bugged out. I'm glad you said it like that. Cause like I said, sometimes we gotta talk like this, Nene, or everybody. You know what I mean? What up, Carl? What up, Nene D? What up, Christy? What up, wife? What up, everybody? I hope everybody doing good. We chilling. You know what I mean? It's random. We talking about the BET Awards. If anybody got, who you wanted to win, who you didn't want. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just talk about it. If not, we can move on to other subjects. You already know plethora of shit going on through this brainium cranium. Shout out to Drake, man. I've been listening to his old joints. And wow, man, I've been finding some dope ass songs, man. And yeah, man. What else I've been looking into? I've been looking into like a lot of videos about the jewelry game, how fugazi that shit is. Like people don't even know that they walking around with silver chains or moissanite stones, or they thought they got VVS joints. Nah, man, you got some shits that shine, and they lie on the diamond tester, but these motherfuckers is, you know, and people are paying a lot of money, man. That's the scariest thing. It's like when you think about the housing, the jewelry, and the car market, these three entities are, because like if you theoretically think a person can save 5 bands if you got a good job and you sacrifice certain things, you could save 5, 10 bands, right? But to think of saving 80, 100 bands, the Cadillac truck I want is 210 bands, right? There's these prices that are like that are out of this world. What's going on, Hashana? More money, more yo, talk your stuff, Vault. Yo, salute, bye. Coming in here like that. Yeah, nigga, talk your shit. Yeah, man. More money, more problems, man. And and it's funny how you know, you'll be driving and you see crackheads in a relationship, like how they still happy, and because they got their EBT, they get food every month, they get some places, some states, they know where to move, give them, cash advances and shit like that. and housing, they pay $10 a month, right? Like, so it's almost like you either gotta be rich, right, wealthy, to, like you said, more money, more problems, or you just like, I gave up, but they gonna let me slide if, as long as you on drugs, right? Well, Kodak Black's girlfriend in jail, Hashana, let me know. NAD, you know anything about that? Kodak Black is a funny one because Kodak is this the good looking on the thumbs up, everybody. I appreciate y'all. Good looking. I promise you. Good looking. Thank you. Thank you. Yo, can we all agree that Kodak Black falls in that realm of we like his music, we don't want him to die, but he's doing a lot of dumb shit lately. And I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's the drugs, the combination. Sometimes when you detox and you act more weirder, you understand? You know what I mean? And a lot of these celebrities, more than we ever seen before. Maybe that 90s celebrities knew how to hide it, or maybe you couldn't get really, strung out over coke. These new drugs now, you're going to get withdrawals bad, from Percocets to lean to fucking Adderall to Xannies to fucking alcohol. Those top thingies will give you nasty withdrawals, man. You heard? Yo, good looking NAD. His first baby mama's in jail with no, wow, that, yo, don't, that is wild if that's true. That is why. Yeah, I was just talking my shit, right? And then I read this, I'm like blown away. Remember I said, like, yo, there's nothing in America that like surprises me anymore. Like, it's just sometimes I think to myself, I wish it wasn't true, right? You wish it wasn't this way. But holy, like the women men choose or vice versa. His dealer. Oh, Nene, if that's true, that's a whole web of wet. You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it, y'all. Let's dive deep. Random. Here we go, man. This is what happens, man. This is why one of the 10 crack commandments, if you don't know, Biggie Small song is like you don't get high on your own supply, man. In fact, you don't even get high. I'm telling you, back in the days, motherfuckers was slapping crackheads, giving uh niggas on dope wedgies, throwing water in their face, having them steal shit. Like now, it's like, yo, your 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 favorite motherfuckers on high as fuck. Oh my god! So he's hurting now, Nene. You know, I mean, but motherfuckers, when you knee deep in some drug shit, you got 52 dealers. You heard? You got one. If one don't come through, you got 51. You heard? But it's just wow, man. You're like this is what I mean about the attention to humanity. Like, yo, you just gave birth to my baby, right? I don't care if we that baby moms now. That's it, baby daddy, baby. But for the kid, let's not have this around the kid, man. Let's not have this around each other. In fact, it should have been like Kodak giving her the bread and she doing her thing on a low ski, making extra, dirty money on top. Hence the reason why he could come with all them jewelry chains and shit, because all that shit is bought with dirty money, you heard? But and I always bug out when they be like drugs are legalized, but then you see somebody get like I mean marijuana, and then you see somebody like get bagged for pounds, and you're like, but you just said, and I know they play with that, but you can't have this much, right? But what's the difference, right? So basically, I could have this much amount, which is basically a person who uses, but it's and as soon as I start wanting to make bread off of this shit, now y'all wanna, because you can't tax it, right, governmento? That's all everything will be about, everybody. Look at the dotted line when you follow the paper trail. Whenever you follow everything from subscriptions to everything, bro, it's all about that paper. It's all about how much I could squeeze out of you. It's all about the scams and the extra fakeness, the lies, the way they word shit so you can't sue them. Just this is why. Yo, a lot of times from firmwares all the way down to either regular paperwork, they make you sign it. And you know it's a couple of pages you should read, right? But you just like you have faith in this establishment. These motherfuckers is not safe no more. They giving you contracts and things that you can't sue them, you can't get your money back. You can't, in fact, you owe them. You know what I mean? So that's why I always tell folk why they fought so hard to have these other generations not be able to read. Why reading is one of the most fundamental things of importance in this world, because from everything from sign exits to learning to maneuvering to contracts to reading menus, you just, you know what I mean, you ain't won't always order the bacon cheeseburger, nigga. You want to see what them shits is, man. But I feel like another web that connects is let's get them not to read anymore. So when we start throwing these contracts at them, they don't know what the fuck gonna happen. And I'm telling you, man. Yo, what's good? Say, yo, G San, yo, what up, man? My guy, man. How you doing, man? How was your weekend? How's the weather all the way out there? Talk to me, man. She got busted with a shitload of drugs, man. She's saying she can't get the proper care to be in jail, so she wants out. I dig it. I dig it. I understand that. Not from personal, but jails could only, jails, I think a lot of times society forgets that it's a jail, right? Like we forget that the main objective of this building is to house criminal fuckers, right? You know what I'm saying? And not pamper them so much so that some motherfuckers will be like, I'd rather go to jail because I get 3 meals, I get a cot, right? They say 3 cots, three and a blanket, right? Whatever that saying was. Yo, what's going on, Big Rick? How you doing, pa? Hope everything good, man. 84, great number, man. Weather's the same, bro. I've been good. Yo, heard, bro. I'm playing games now, fam. Yo, talk to me, man. I'm gonna go on your page and I'll give you that support, pa. 1818, talk to me, man. I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy. I'm really happy, man. And from the life you're in right now, man. I truly hope your gaming shit breaks where you could make that dollar, man. Because word, man, I want everybody to make it and at least be comfortable in life. This extra shit that makes you bug out. That's what they want you to do. You know what I mean? And then they plug you with their drugs. I ain't going. How many movies we really seen are this like what we seeing now? Like, and go figure. Now they got the Olympics popping in San Fran or whatever's going on. Now they cleaning up Cali. Now Los Angeles is getting. Now they whenever they want to do shit, they'll do it. So my brainium goes. So what happened to all those millions, all those years, billions that we were paying to clean up, and y'all they never did it? Where was that money going? That's the trick bag they don't want to explain, right? Okay, okay. Where you from, bro? East Coast. I'm from the East Coast too, man. Born and raised in East New York, Brooklyn, New York, man. But right now I'm in California, so a lot of my things, I didn't make sense right now. But right now I'm in Cali, man, West Coast, chilling and happily married, doing my thing. You know what I mean? But shout out to Arkansas, man. Weather good out there. As long as your economy is popping and you could work and do your thing, man. That's all you can ask for nowadays, right? You know. Sacramento in the crib, baby. No wonder. What's going on, Big Rick? Can you teach me your favorite dance move in Sao? Oof, I don't know any famous dance move in Sao, but I can hit you with one right now. 1993, we called this the Running Man. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Yeah, baby boy. And then we used to have them. Y'all remember in school, sometimes they used to have these guys come, the guys that do capoeira. Like it was this dance that was like, but they could kick you. 44 still looking good, y'all. That was, yo, give me the W's for that little kick, nigga. What up? You Italian? Nah, nah, nah. Puerto Rican, man. But I got some Italian in me. The Natal family. We still got some in Italy. But word, man, that's where I probably got the nostril game. But shout out to my Italianos, man, my Sicilians. Born and raised in East New York, but moved a lot of places. But finally, we landed in Carroll Gardens, downtown Brooklyn, and that's where I shook hands with John Gotti. I met a lot of Russos, a lot of Paul Pescis, a lot of cool Italian kids. So Anthony Baciano, you know what I mean? Do we have to go now? Nah, you don't have to go nowhere, man. You could just stay here, give me a thumbs up, and just look at my shorts if you want. But I appreciate you, Elp. How you been, man? Hope everything good, man. Hope everybody had a great summer. I mean, yeah, a good summer so far, but a good weekend, man. Summer Olympics are coming in 2028, and Skid Row looks worse than ever. Dynamite. I'm Italian and Irish. Family came in through Frisco. You already know, bro. And people don't understand, man. Italians are pretty like one of the like I call it the last, like Puerto Rican still, but Italiano, they are really into their history, really into their culture. Like I always tell people, every Sunday they used to have this amazing, dinner. You know what I mean? And yeah, shout out to my Italians, man. Work hard, especially where I was from, man. They were in construction life, sanitation life, getting to the bag life, and family first life. Word, man. Family first. That's a fact, though. Every Italian, I don't care how they talked in the household, how you thought they loved each other to the end, and they did not play when it came to the kids. Don't play with a man, Italian man kids. I'll tell you that. That's a fact. Especially a daughter, that nigga will go crazy. You heard? But yeah, man, they the last of that real family John. I ain't gonna lie. Puerto Ricans do our thing too, but I feel like they definitely splitting us so much. And then one of the most beautifulest things that Italians did was they got to this thing called money, right? And they knew generationally. You know, a lot of Italianos, yeah, they could have had the Benz, the thing. They just bought a nice Cadillac, 30 bands, whatever at the time, maybe 5, 10 bands, right? We love you too, pa. And then we die for hours. That's a fact. And then they live very modest, but they did buy real estate. They bought into buildings. They bought a lot into in New Jersey, Chicago, Florida, New York, Philadelphia. They got the moving and Boston, right? You got your Irish over there too. So you got the best of both worlds, Big Rick. So yeah, man. I like my culture. I like the friends I met, and instead of just joking around with them, hey, I actually asked them questions. Hey, give me some Italian words, right? Um, faccia bella, faccia brutta, right? So a pretty face or ugly face, right? You get those words, right? But word, man. Shout out to Italians, man. Yo, do your thing, son. I'm still here, pa. I hope everybody, like I said, is doing good. We're gonna start networking, collaborating with each other. And yeah, man, I hope everybody's doing good. But to that 2026 BET award, I'ma give it 2 thumbs down, upside down. They're like, holy man. Dopest performance was I think French and Max B, Rick Ross, you know what I'm saying, all came out with the fur. And I mean, I liked it. I liked it. There were certain performances that was dope. Oh, what's even worse than the verses? I mean, than the BET Awards was the verses. B2K versus Marion and them niggas. You heard? I heard that shit was looking crazy. I heard them with the Pretty Ricky motherfuckers, them niggas gained a lot of weight, didn't they? If you come to Korea, you all free. I appreciate you, Elk. Word, man. Thank you, brother. Dome de gato, soon soon. And that's another thing, man. Like this thing is bigger than you. Sometimes people be thinking it's me, me, me. This whole thing is bigger than us. So I was always a firm believer in you know, having friends from all over the world. So I appreciate everybody that, comes through. And I'm old school, so we really did have friends from all over, right? Yeah, Big Red, talk yours, pal. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. You live once, Big Rick. That's all I'm gonna say. You live once, man. And I'm not gonna not be me. I always got good energy. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and I tell it how it is. I don't try to put any makeup on it. I just like, I'm frank. I'm direct. It's good sometimes and it's bad. It is what it is. But word, man. I'll tell you this. I appreciate my audience, my chat. You heard? We love you too, y'all. But yeah, man. There's a lot going on, and like I said, reason why you got to be hard on BT or certain thing is because music moves. Music is everything, and they was still D Rod and Kendrick, man. But it is what it is. Cause I then he cleaned out last year too. Yeah, I do though. I don't have any specifics, but I do know Korean songs. You know what I mean? You know what's wild? So I got a little site, right? But movies are from all over: Korea, Singapore, Japan, Hong Kong, right? Directors, anime, all over, right? But Korea, from where they were to what they're doing is a beautiful thing. They're putting a bigger imprint on the world, with their talent. But word, man, shout out to Korean music. They got their own, rap out there, so it's cool, man. I dig it. I dig it. But thank you, Big Rick. You know what I mean? Definitely don't smoke. Cigarettes suck. I'm 44, so I got caught up into that nonsense. But yeah, man, like I said, man, positivity will always rule over hate. And I want love to come back. I know, it's gonna take a long time for that, but I think we're waking up slowly but surely. Because I'm starting to like some of the videos I see where, people ain't jacking the street shit no more. People ain't they're actually asking, yo, why you 50 years old with tattoo? Would you still banging? That's crazy, right? So I'm actually liking how these younger kids are seeing life. Like, wait, man, I don't want to be that. So you telling me if I bite into this street shit, I'm either dead, jail, or this old nigga that's still bang? Nah, I'm good. Word, man. You know. That's why, like, even with Big Rick, family should always come first. That's why it bugs me out that like some folk get to money and the first thing they do is give it to these Europeans. What do you think all those foreign when you say you got a foreign car, where you think that money going? To your community? Nah, nigga, that shit going overseas, man. Why you think the price tag's so big on a Maybach or a Wraith or all them weird shits? And then fast forward 10, 15 years, we're going to see all these cars, Cybertrucks, 10 bands, 15. In fact, they might still have them priced, but you're going to see a bunch of them on the market, man. You know how Americans do. We like to buy the newest shit. Random. Let's talk about that Steam machine. This is some gamer talk right now. If you don't know, I like games. Like gaming been in my life. I have a picture. I'm like, 6 years old, seven, beating Mario Brothers 1, Nintendo. Shout out to Nintendo. But I've had a Nintendo, Game Boy, Genesis. Me and my cousin bought a Super Nintendo by whatever. We were stealing markers and then selling whatever. We got a Super Nintendo, Dreamcast. My boy had a Sega Saturn, 3DO, all them other cool shits. And then I had a 64. But long story short, you fast forward and now you got this thing called the Steam machine, which integrates the Steam engine, allowing you to play video games on your TV and then easily switch to your VR, easily switch to, scrolling the net. A lot of cool shit. But the price tag, it's 1,500 and they're walling. You heard? So they super inflated, and because of these data centers, they made these GPU, CPU fucking units priced out the wazoo. It's gonna get to the point in like 5 years, they're gonna have so many products that none of us could buy. It's gonna be weird. I don't know what they think is, and yo, I seen a lot of like companies. They rather take the L than lower the price. Look at Apple with those stupid goggles. That was the biggest debacle. Best believe y'all gonna pay for it with the new iPhones they're gonna release. Yup, they always get back. They get back. I'm in California, man. But before you jump the gun or jump your horse, follow my story. Born and raised, Brooklyn, New York, East New York, Carroll Gardens. Moved to the Bronx, moved to Philadelphia, all this cool shit. Met somebody, now I'm in California. happily married, got the ring, you know what I mean? Doing my thing. Eventually going to hopefully be a, a caseworker and just start building. Been here for 8 months. But yeah, man, don't jump the gun. Nigga said Kentucky. I'm glad you think this desert is Kentucky, nigga. I'm in a fucking desert, homie. But word, man. And I don't know why what the place of your living has anything to do with anything. It's not like I'm over here trying to give you advice on fucking investments or, meme coins or Bitcoin, right? I'm just talking about the BET Awards. I got a thumbnail on, nigga. What you thought you clicking into? Or you wanted guns and blunts smoking? I guess. What happened to I was in Kentucky, little nigga? I wanna. What happened? What you gonna say? Cowboys are scaring me? You goofy ass nigga. Shut up. You a sad little creature, boy. Learn how to talk, man. Don't even got a picture. Ain't even brave enough to show who you are. So how the fuck am I gonna take you serious, my little nigga? But yeah, I'm in Idaho. What you gonna say now? I'm in Texas. What you gonna say now, huh? I'm afraid of who? Y'all niggas is corny, man. You gotta troll somebody who give a fuck. My other family was popping, fanboy. You already know motivational Mondays. I'm motivating niggas to not watch BET Awards and save your. Imagine. But what up, fanboy? Always good to see you, pa. Hold this hug, man. But before this, we were really flowing, fanboy. So we were talking about, Italian heritage. We were talking about Tiana Taylor getting her respect, and shout out to the black women in Hollywood. I hope they get to their bag. And Drewski is in hot water. We talked about Kodak Black's baby moms in some trouble. You know what I mean? You know how we random, we bounce. But word, man. Nobody, what? This nigga, nobody's scary. You go hold this L and take my out your mouth. Now I know you watch me. You's a watcher, my G. You gotta have better creative lines, man. I've been doing this, Papa. Boots for Zays. Now what's that? I've been tuning into I think football. Mexico I think was kicking ass, doing their thing. And what else? Been popping. Oh, that big trade with the Timberwolves. LaMelo Ball is now with your man Anthony Edwards, number one and number, you know what I mean? Whatever number he is. But yeah, man. Oh, and another wild thing. It's wild because I was really heavy into the Hornets. Y'all already know. So now I'm gonna have to be a Timberwolves fan. Wherever Melo go, I'm always diehard Knicks. You already know that part. But yeah, man, my boy Bridges is getting traded from Hornet too. I think Hornets are they probably gonna work around that rookie they got, Con Canepo. So they probably gonna build around him a more slow offense instead of fast pace. Don't know what's popping until it pops, right? Because Melo, that's how he steers his shit. He is like a a painting LaMelo Ball playing ball. That's how I see it. Like music playing, boom, 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 and then you don't know. And then he passes it. That's where the chorus comes on. Yeah, he one of them players. But what up, everybody? We about to hit the 10 ball. What up, fanboy? How was your weekend? What's that about though? The Boots versus the Zays. I'm gonna look it up though. You already know, man. Is it like a war? Was it a sport, or was it like Boots? Is that like Army? Is that Marines? What's good, Zay? Yo, Amy in the building. How you doing, Amy? Maybe Amy's gonna give me that 10 ball. Yeah, Amy. Thumbs up. Yeah. We hit the 10 ball in the 44-minute John, man. 44, good number, man. Chilling, chilling. That's what's up. That's what's up. I hope you had a great weekend. Then they D in here, Christy in here. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, we got a cool little crew in here. But yeah, I hope everybody chilling. Like I said, first of all, we could just already say that time is flying. I know a lot of folks say it after they 23s, fours, fives, like time really be, and I don't know if it's because you seeing the world from a little body, but yo, yo, to say that next week is July 4th is crazy work. That's all I'm gonna say. You heard? You know what I mean? I do my little, 2 hours here, another hour, and doing this, and 3, 4 out, pa pa pa, picking up short, boo boo boo, and what? It's already 7. It's like what? Right? It's like that. Like the hourglass is made out of water, not sand no more. This shit is just like that's a good analogy. But word, man, I don't know. And then they be playing with us, hour extra out, like playing. And I always said that there's two things I always said that I don't know how true it is, right? So I always said this, like your 60 or 70 miles per hour in your Toyota Corolla Camry, your car, your regular joint, right? That's 70. But I feel like 70 in a fucking Lamborghini, I don't know why that 70 feels different. I don't know why that shit hit different, right? So I always said that there's like the miles, like you could be doing 80 and a messed up car and be like, am I like, and look and be like, oh shit, I'm doing 80. It didn't even feel like it, right? But and then with time, you know what I mean? The older you get, it seems like this bitch is trying to hit the finish line quicker than ever, man. And then holy, because of the jobs we had when we were younger, remember there was no OSHA. There was no you could sue your boss for making you do extra jobs or do this and that. What happened back in the days was we just worked, without harnesses, without helmets, without the proper things that, motherfuckers fight for now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you hit 40s, now you starting to feel it. Now my back is a little, what's going on here? Now my knees are a little crinkling, crackling. You know what I mean? For real, no lie. When we were kids, felt like it took forever to grow up. Now it's like, no, slow down. I ain't trying to be 50 yet. I know. And Amy, that shit hits different because I wanna do a study on the psychosis of it. Like, how come is it our environment that breeds the person? Because if that's the case, how come my parent when they were 40 looked 40? Like why I think like this? Why do a lot of us at 40 still think like this? Why we're not, a lot of us aren't as stable as we should be at, the 40 was this mark of stability of you have it, or you know what I mean? Like especially if you worked for it, if you worked your ass off, yeah, you should have it. But whoa, has times changed for the irregular degular, man. Everything that's up is down, down is up, left is right, right is left, man. And I understand, we gotta adapt to times, but holy shit, man. They making it unadaptable for niggas in the time. How fucked up is that? Like, think about it like that. Like, the only reason Gen Z and alphas and betas are going to be talking shit is because there's shit to be talked about. At least us, we were still coming off the precipice of like, oh, things are, at least you work, right? You work for yours, right? Now, motherfuckers is working 5 jobs and still living in this car. That's dynamite, nigga. I'm blowing something up. Hypothetically, not for real. Let's not, you know what I mean? Crazy ass Stormy was outside with Baby Bunny in her mouth. Oh, yo, that's so funny, Nene. I've been seeing a lot of, I posted that cat video, so now I got a lot of videos of cats, and I see a lot of videos with the cat, and cats are amazing. He has like a bunny in his mouth, and then when the owner goes, "Put it down," he put it down. The bunny, I thought it was dead, but the bunny shook off and ran off. So they like to play a lot, and cats are very weird species. Two things: some guy started playing Egyptian music, and whatever the cat was doing, the cat stood up. Yo, this one cat stood up on his 2 legs, nigga. So there's something A with that frequency, and B, it was just beautiful to see how cats mingle with other animals. Like literally, a cat will make a fucking uh what's that nasty looking rat thing? A possum come to your crib. Yo, a cat will bring a deer. Yo, this cat brought a bunch of foxes to this nigga's door. He was like, "Oh, you brought your friends? Like 20 foxes, nigga." A cat and the cat chilling like normal, man. And then I seen videos of cats fighting, and they always do that little head slap, and then just start the war, nigga. They go, yo, cats are the funniest joints, man. Shout out to folks that got two cats or three cats in the crib, and you get to see, the enjoyment they have, right? Hold on, let me read, man. Any how boo, how you doing? Or y'all talking y'all stuff. Thank you, Rafina. I appreciate you. Thank you, Rafina. Rafina was popping. Thank you, Amy. Jaron Boots and his defeated Xander Zayas by a 7 round technical. Oh, we talking boxing. Knocked out at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. And his catcher Zayas, WBA and WBO junior middleweight titles. Thank you, Fina. Thank you. I appreciate you. And most important, I love when people drop fact and knowledge and real conversations in here. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Fan Bow. Now I got it, pa. Shout out to that box, and I'm definitely gonna do the replays on it so I could, maybe tomorrow chime in a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, Fina. Talk your ish, man. Ladies, do your thing, talk your stuff. Still going through it 10 times worse, but what doesn't make it makes us stronger. What doesn't kill you definitely makes you stronger. Thank you, Amy, for that. If a fin girl steals your sunshine and love, how do I get it back? Which um if they stole your sunshine, steal their darkness. I don't know which, but I hope you're doing good, man. I hope it doesn't bother you too. You know what I mean? Come to my page more, and we're gonna just let you laugh it off and have a good time here. And thank you for popping in, man. I appreciate everybody. Fina, I can't be around cats. I'm allergic to them. My cat does that. It's annoying. He bought a baby bird. Going, he was playing with it all day, like his best friend. And yo, cats are amazing how, you know, you ever had your cat like not use its claws when it plays with you? Like sometimes they know, yo, they're a little too smart for their own good. And how about those cats that sleep during the day and when it's time for you to sleepy town, they on the refrigerator, they knocking, you wake up to a tornado of stuff. Meow Cipher is a riot. That's what's up. But Stormy hates birds. This is Fanbow. Fanbow! What up, Fanbow? I like the new joint, man. Thank you, Fanbow. You know me, man. If it was a new you know what I mean? But shout out to you, Fanbow. It all started because one bird got in the house. Amy, then it was on. Girl, your eyes get mad, get mad, man. I'm glad y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Meow cipher. That's why I never choose sides or I just be Zay. You know what I mean? I try not to delve into female activities, but I'm happy women are women. You know what I mean? Cause yo, if women figured out the secret sauce of if they band together and not together, but you know what I mean. If some of the catty hating and shit stop, yo, women will be diabolical, bro. You can't. I don't care what type of argument you have as a man. I don't think any man could beat the argument of birth, man. You know what I mean? Until in 10, 20, 50 years, men are shooting, babies out their little pee hole. That shit'll be a stretch, nigga. We be dead. We be dead. Every guy gonna have C sections. What up, y'all? $8, $8, nigga. I got a channel. I can subscribe to your channel. That's what's up. You got two channels. So now, all right, say less. Say less. That's all I'm gonna say. That's smart. That's why, like, I need you, Chorus World, Nene, like people to be like, yo, Zay, do these little tactics, get another channel, talk other stuff on it, or you know what I mean. But if you have multiple channels bringing in, you know what I mean, just word, word, salute to you, man. is a Bengal kitty, so he's sassy fool. But he loves sleep, so he's staying in bed. But he wake him, no way. Isn't that yo facts? I don't like to live in hate though. That's a fact, Amy. My best stay chill and accountability for my actions. Yep, that's all you could do though, right? Like sometimes people put too much on their shoulders, and B, you can't control a lot of things. And then the older you get, you realize the things you did have control of, you never really did, right? So I dig it, man. I dig everybody's perspective and even their perception on life, because it is a bugged out world. You know what I mean? Like and the older you get, you realize how bugged out, and then you also realize that what a thin line it is from being sane to insane. What a thin little snap that you're a fucking regular citizen to now you're homeless or some shit, right? That's what I don't like. Is like it's very easy now to just and then the government and people make it so simple. Like, yeah, if you lose a job, just go get another one. Okay, so let's say hypothetically you lose your job. You know what unemployment is? It doesn't pay you your full amount that you got. So let's say you were making 1,000 a week. The most they will give you is maybe 420 a week. That's still, but I have my expenses maybe at 600 a week, right? They don't. Nothing is adding up no more. And I love how they pushed math in our faces so much. And as smart as humans we are, even in common sense human nature, nothing is adding up no more, from the pricing to the prices of gas to the price to why everything inflates to all the weird laws they pass, and how they send money to each other under, like, handing each other, and like you wonder why cancer still ain't cured. We've been the trillions we've been sending to for cancer research, or just various researchers. We're talking about in the 70s, 60s. Yo, by now you should be able to catch cancer and have an air pump like this. Oh, I'm good. Let's go. Woo! That was good. That was right. No, nope. They don't want to cure or heal nothing. They just want to put a band-aid on it so you could be a reoccurring customer. You're not even a person no more. You're just a customer. You move in because my kids are grown, gone, grown ass folks. Yeah, and then they did. And then they'll hit you with, but you got space. Yo, you know what beats space, money any day? My piece. Me waking up and taking a shit without a line outside my damn toilet. Some people that you give a inch will take a mile. You're doing them the favor, but it's their socks and sneakers in your hallway. You're doing them a favor. It's your milk that they leave this much and then replace it, or at least have the decency to tell you to get a new one. This is what I mean about today's humanity. It's not then when they're not the same. It's like doing dumb shit is like they get a little fucking erection out of it. It's corny, my nigga. That's a fact. And look, we all know the race. We all knew what this game is about. We all played Monopoly, and we all knew that you had to at least have a resume, at least some 401k, at least at least built a resume. You know how many folk are 40 something and they worked none jobs? Not one. What the fuck was you doing for 20 something years? And if you were 80s baby, your mother was getting you uh that work paper at 16. I don't know if they had it in other states, but in New York, you could get this working certificate that you could start working at 16 as long as your mom's vouched for it, right? So I was already at picking up milk from the basement. Click, click, click. Y'all don't even know, but there used to be a gun that you would set the price to, and then click. It was like ink to little, you know, empty little stickers that you would. And now that little sticker is on the item, and it has the price 4.99, 2.9, right? Whatever. But I don't think people are understanding decency and the fact that this wasn't supposed to be taken as a game, this thing we call life. And a lot of people had excellent opportunities than me. A lot of people had their foot in the door better than I mean. You know what I mean? And it's not that, I wish them harm or karma. It's just like, yo, the world always, revolves around the way it revolves around. At 15, you get work permit. That's what it is. Work permit, fanboy. Thank you, thank you. And total nightmare trying to get him out. We let my husband brother live here. Now that fool's in Walmart parking lot. Yeah, anything. Yo, you could I know I don't even want to die laughing because I'm still like, but that's I know then they don't want to do that, but it's like, yo, what else can we do? He stayed here for like let's say a year. We told them to get ID. We told them to get these programs and do this, and you could work for this company. Or nobody wants to take those. And yo, people don't understand when you got the hook up like that. Like yo, my man's could you don't have to go online and do an application. Yo, my man wants you to start tomorrow, family. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's not labor intensive anymore, I'm gonna do it, man. I'm just done lifting shit. My body is not, I can't, you know what I mean? And then, we're at the age where, let's say you push yourself. This is the only thing I don't like about life now. You got a lot of 40, 50, 60 year olds pushing themselves to death. No, you ain't gonna fucking have doing that to me. And then when you 70, 80, and they over here, oh, we can't pay for your hip surgery or this surgery or your fucking, deflate your knee water or whatever. Now when I need it, y'all niggas is I don't dig it, bro. And trust me, this system is literally trying to break you. Yes, it is. You want to know why there's no more psychiatric wards and all those little things that we used to have? Because they rather you just be homeless. They rather you jump over somebody's fence that works hard for they lawnmower and steal it. They want that. Why not designate a little piece of California that's all hot desert, build a couple of little fucking shelters and call it a day, man? And I understand, yeah, well, but when you get back, but yeah, that's how they want to treat shit. This is why I don't understand the new person. Yo, back in the days, you didn't shit where you eat, and you always try to take care of the shelter because you knew, yo, this is where we gonna be at, man. In fact, build something in the 80s and 90s. I bet motherfuckers would have moved couches in there, flat screens, made that shit a real like a trap house. You know what I mean? You can't. You can't be nice anymore or hospitable because people will spit right back in your face and then say your your handout was an enablement. Like they'll blame you somehow. That's what I don't like today's people. There's so many excuses or you're gaslighting, you're triggering, all these little words that you can't even have a conversation no more or make somebody take accountability or shame for something. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to just be like, yo, it was my fault, my bad. Yeah, dog was popping, tram ramp, ramp, 6952. I'll do my due diligence. You already. But yo, look at that beautiful elephant. I'm gonna give a couple of, we're gonna talk hours a little bit more. Let me just get to my with my satchel. Mm, sorry, y'all. I'm still here. But word, man. It's not that, yo, I'm telling you, a lot of folks don't understand how, easy we could make this thing called life, man. Especially if we were, why they couldn't beat us in the 60s, 70s, and 80s? Because niggas had community still. You remember them movies when somebody would you see cops trying to kick out old Nancy or old grandma, and they all got together and was like, "You ain't how much? We gonna help." Nope, she ain't. Nope, you ain't kicking her out. Now, woo, child. Let's people are calling CPS on each other. People are lying, snitching, all type of craziness going on, man. I ain't jacking it no more. People playing too many games that don't equate getting to the bag, man. Shh. See? See what I go through? I love my baby. But word, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I just was trying to find this little L ski. In fact, I'm not even going to smoke this L. We're just going to smoke this cig a little bit. But word, y'all ain't lying. Yo, imagine. Yo, that's another secret sauce they don't want to happen. How easy the solution would be. And yo, I never seen a society because they have so much data on us that they know how to maneuver. They know who to give a raise to that will make the hard worker snap. They know who to if you think fender benders are by accident, they know, like everything I think is by design, bro. Everything. You tripping up, so they made the block rise. Like I'd be thinking niggas is trying to make everybody go crazy, bro. You know? And the only reason I could say this is because, like I said, I could say there was a time that I visually saw and felt and was in. That shit was really cool, man. I'm telling you. Yo, the only time you saw a homeless person was because they truly wanted to be homeless. Even niggas that did crack had cribs. You got to know who you can be like to never let your guard down. That's a fact too. The antique Dale Earnhardt shit gone. Damn, peace and love. I appreciate you, Tran. You got to know, yup, jealousy, hate. These new data centers can track you even if your dog has a chip in it. Yup. I don't think sometimes the average human, because our frontal lobe don't develop until 25 or whatever. I don't think, and who knows how true that is, because that's information from them. It could be 30, 35, right? But meaning your enlightened years, right? But that's why, like, even back then, knew that you was an apprentice for many years until you were ready to be a master or take over my spot. They got to make sure you were ready. Now, yo, this is the weirdest program ever. So you're telling me at 16, 17, 18, 19, that's when you want me in the workforce with no experience, no way of maneuvering, and then you're going to give me money that I don't know how to manage at this age, and then wonder why I'm in debt at 30, 40? And then you have trick little programs like marriage or child support or little trickery things to, suck my money dry, subscriptions and shit. Surprised they don't have a subscription on air. And the higher you pay, the better air you get to breathe. They lining us up, and I don't know exactly what for, but they are lining us up for something. It was almost like the smoke and mirrors. Like they wanted us to look over there where they were tricking us to think, oh, police state, they're gonna be cops everywhere. Oh my God. In fact, they did the opposite. They fired cops. They made your neighborhood less coppy. And in fact, I see more criminals than I see cops now. Remember that they were tricking us like 20, 15 years ago? Yo, after 9/11, after the Patriotic Act, they tracing you, tracking you more, cameras everywhere. They were talking about this shit in 01, 02, a police state. Yo, and they were hiring police. Yo, they had those little desks that the army have. They had police desk. Like, yo, you just graduated, come over here, man. Sign up to be a cop, man. And with a high school diploma, you could have been a cop, detective, and followed that course. And back in my day, they cops only had to do 25 years or something. Niggas was retiring at 45. So it was a weird game they were pumping. And then out of nowhere, they want to not fund police stations or fire departments. But meanwhile, this is the time we need them ever more. There's fires on every corner. Niggas is robbing every 5 seconds. Like, what is America doing? But then got billions to send overseas. But then got trillions to finance wars and all this nonsense. People keep forgetting, like, before World War II, the Great Depression was, and if it wasn't for the war, but back then, the war meant money. Now, war just means losing money. You can't even recycle the rainwater. You ain't lying, fan bow. And I learned that more being in Cali because farmers can't even do that shit. Because I always said, how come a farmer can't just set up? Remember those little water houses that you could set up? Meanwhile, in Cali, you be driving past reservoirs empty. Like, wait, what's going on out here? But then they have so much fires. Yo, when it rains, how's that water, man? Yeah, and also every mom, the government making new rules, and yeah, every month. Don't put those ideas out there. Say, hey, Christy got me dying. Sorry, y'all. I don't know this thing. When it pops, it pops. At a lot of these vacant malls, they're building Fed and police stations on the ground, unknown. Why? Shit's going to go down. It's going down, James Brown. You know how we talk hours over here, Nene? It's going down, James Brown. You know, and if you don't follow, like I say, they leave breadcrumbs. They allow you to try to buy into the game, but because the average person is working and dealing with life and dating and just the way life is, it's hard. And then they say, in my day they used to be like, you need 8 to 10 hours of sleep to be a good body citizen. But now they go, yeah, work 2 3 jobs. So where the fuck am I getting sleep in those 3 jobs, nigga? And then wonder why I want to strangle my manager. Wonder why I snapped and drove the forklift through the shop store. Like, yo, you overworking me. And yo, some jobs I seen shit like this worth the Mommyville. I seen a guy like, yo, I want those extra hours. Now we gonna give it to son. But yo, he said give me the hours. He wants the rest. Now we gonna give it to him, and then wonder why this nigga came in next week with a machete or machete. Like, yo, you're not supposed to be worked the way they work. No way in society, if you follow history, did man work this hard. In fact, if you follow even back the Greek and the Romans, they thought that work was nasty. So they only did a couple hours of work, but the remainder of the day was for you to read, to elevate yourself. You can't elevate yourself if you dedicating time to the stupid ass company that don't mind firing you after 30 years and then giving you a 20 band little package, and in the next 10 to 15, United States is going to be a third world country. That's a fact. Why you think they pumping all this AI? Because they literally want to jump ship, leave this country, and just have a bunch of robots and cameras watching the whatever people are on here now. We're gonna see Worth of Mommyville in 5, 10 years, robots chasing criminals. You know those stupid robots that be falling all the time and busting their ass? Them niggas. You're gonna see no more human, like the only humans are just gonna be workers, like worker bees, and that's it. Everybody else moved out, and they got is cameras and drones in the skies now. It's gonna look like a video game. And I knew America was doing what they were doing because every other country that started getting money. Remember, our economy was amazing in the 90s and early 2000s, right? Before 9/11 and the housing market bust. But before then, before those little scams, they wanted to be extra rich. Before all that shit, trust me, America, we were high in education. We were doing our thing with the economy. We still are, but it doesn't benefit us anymore. You know what I mean? You don't have mom and pop shops. You got Walmart that monopolized everything. So now, and you see how they move. You see how I remember seeing videos where it's like, hey, I work in Walmart and I still need, government assistance or some shit. It's like, what? But word, man. And that's another one that hurt us, you know what I mean? That stupid ass Corona joint. But word, I always said that they knew what they were doing a long time ago, man. They definitely did, you know? Just look at the way they were. And oh, and to backtrack what I was saying, I was gonna say that like the infrastructure of America, meaning if you go to Hong Kong or other places, they built different roads, different buildings, everything. It looks very futuristic. You know what I mean? But you know, even you could say New York looks, it really don't though. Like places like Hong Kong and some places in China, that AI city that they built, or that the mall that they built that houses people, they they building shit that's changing the game. We ain't doing that. And another reason we don't do it is because the American dollar is retarded. So let's say it cost 100 bands to have 100 drones. America would be like fucking 10 million the state would charge. It don't make no sense. This is why we need a one government over all these states. So everybody got the same rules, same laws we abide. That's it. I don't like just because you were born in like, Dakota or somewhere and your education is like this, but you live in a house. None of none of it matches no more. Meanwhile, you got people that go to NYU, Rutgers, all these fucking collegiate, colleges, and niggas don't got no jobs. Like I said, I drive across these states, man. You see a guy who works the same job in another state live completely different. Same job though. That's what I mean. The same job, that sanitation over here, nigga got a house and two cars. In New York, he's living in the P's. It's all fucked up. Something's wrong. Something's wrong, man. Because then you can't do it all for labor. Like, yo, we pay to people who do labor stuff. Yeah, that means construction workers should be millionaires, nigga. The fuck? But it don't move like that. So what? And then they made us believe that it moved off of the brain, right? All right. So if you do your college, if you get your diplomas, you should be well off. Nope. They changing the rules for that shit too now. So now you telling me now I owe the government fucking this student debt, which is one of the a debt that you can't do bankruptcy on. It's like it's a weird debt, that student debt shit. They could garnish your wages out your check. Yeah, that part. And wonder why a lot of people ain't working. Nigga, work for what? You gonna work 60 hours weeks for $200 because government took 600 and then they taxed another 150? Crazy. Yeah, and then they did. Nene, that is an amazing. You got what I was saying. Like sometimes, look, I admit to my audience, W's in the chat, nigga. Zay Dollar talk very New York and all over, right? But the fact that you got that, yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. You know, the same crib somewhere else, same square, 3.5 mil Jersey, 8 million Philly. Weird numbers that don't make no sense. But then you go to Florida and there's some motherfucker that works in a tanning salon. He's in a condo. Meanwhile, if you in New York, a doctor, a nigga living in an apartment building, like that's weird, bro. No, you want people to work and be at their thing, at their height, at their work, pay them accordingly. Or let's go back to dropping the price, man. I don't know what it was, because when it was 7.25 an hour, everything seemed Gucci in life. Prices was low, you know. As soon as they were like, yo, we're gonna make it 10-15 where you guys are on an even tier. That shit lasted less than 5 years, man. They were like, oh, now yo, when I was younger, they never mentioned inflation the way they do now. Every fucking channel. Oh yeah, because of this inflation. Yeah, they're supposed to do that. Yep. We understand why the MSRP for a car is 80,000. Yep, inflation. None of it makes sense because my same dollar in America can't buy a soda can, right? But then if I fly overseas, the same dollar buys me two soda cans. So what's going on here? It's the same product, but sold entirely different worlds. So what is it? We all got to live in Thailand, nigga, in Vietnam or somewhere. As soon as they give us universal money or some shit, I'm out of here. Flat rate. Give everybody an American 2,500 a month. 3 bands a month. I swear to Mommyville, I'm out of here. Fuck. I'm not even gonna say what I'm gonna say, but you already, man. I'm out of here. 3 bands somewhere else. You living like a king for once. 3 bands a month. Meanwhile, you got some places that are 3 bands a month rent. So how am I gonna get to work? What car do I have? You know that this job only pays 1,500 a month, but in the facility of that job, everything, all the rent is 3 grand and 5 grand. Make it make sense. Who do you want living here? Aliens? And yo, I seen documentaries where apartments rather leave them empty than lower the price. It's weirdo shit. And then the landlord, they play with the landlord. They go, landlord, you gotta make sure this is modernized to no, keep it the way the fuck it is because he could charge that little rent. As soon as you goofy niggas fake, you paint a couple of walls and you change the doorknobs to the fucking bathroom to some other shit, doesn't mean that the fucking house is 5 grand now. Yeah, it's modernized. Why? Because now it has a fucking a dog bowl. Yo, America, stop. You're making people a little bit pissy, and you know how we do. We don't get the talking, we get the shooting. Not saying that that's the message I'm promoting, y'all, but I'm saying the straw that broke the camel's back is around the fucking corner. We can't take this much longer from gas prices being weirdo. So how the fuck can gas 2 weeks ago was 6.50 and now it's $5? Oh, but they opened the Strait of Hormuz and the Petit. I don't give a fuck what none of that shit is going on. Cause this the same thing I could say. Yo, I'm not going to work because the Strait of Hormuz is that they beep, but I still want paper, nigga. You can't do none of that. They could do it. They could jerk us. Niggas about to put subscription base in Beamers so you could pay for heated seats. The fuck you doing? So if I live in fucking somewhere cold, you gonna make me freeze, nigga? After I bought the car? Yo, you gonna hold this L and take this elbow, my nigga? He said he really has somebody in his house still waiting for a person to pay the higher price because he still will have to pay when it's empty. Yeah, it's yo, fanboy. I don't understand none of it, man. My cousin worked in California 3 years doing electricity. He moved back to Mississippi, bought two houses early, nigga. Early, nigga. My baby tells me that all the time. Yo, pa, we gonna put in work, stack this paper, and we out of here. We gonna buy like people don't understand that. Your little 10 grand over here. Somewhere else, you got land now, nigga. You know what 10 grand in America is? That's fucking 3 months rent. And you know, in life, that's you pay 3 months. Let's say you pay 9 grand in 3 months, right? You can't, and if you don't have the money, you can't. There's nothing you could do. So now you're telling me I'm out of 10 grand. I'm gonna break my landlord lease. So now I owe the landlord. 15 grand, takes me to small claims court, garnish my wages. Nothing is making sense. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all Papi is saying. So we don't have people dressing like this weirdo shit anymore. What is that, Queen Latifah? Sorry, Queen. Looking like a bag of peanuts, my nigga. What is you doing? Now you got to make 3 times the amount for some places to rent to you. Like, like I said, fan bow. And it's funny because if you do your due diligence, a landlord knows where his house is, right? He knows where his land is, right? So he checks the community. Around him is a fucking a Dollar Tree, a fucking Papa John's and Domino's and maybe an In and Out. Those are the businesses around him. Yet he's he's renting out to the nigga that works in Los Angeles. That's what's happening. But now the nigga that used to come over here is like, yo, I can't make that trip because gas is too much. It's costing me $80 every 2 days just to get home and back. That shit is diabolical, man. You paying about $1,000 in gas just to go to work and back? No. This is why I suggest that they start building cities or places where you have a work district. So then all you gotta do is just jump on a fucking bus and you headed towards your this is where work is, this is where it's at. Maybe have a little restaurant district, but make sure things are in line. But no, they got shit spread all over the fucking map, all over the place. Shit don't make sense. I like those movies, those old school Blade Runner, where they have a work district, a housing district, and then maybe a rich, the rich people district. But you have to have it where if I can't afford a car, I could jump on a bus. You can't do that in a lot of states. Public transportation isn't everywhere. That's my biggest gripe. It's like, yo, make it add up then. You know what I mean? And y'all purposely fucking over the dollar and then telling us in front of our faces, yo, we got to raise the price because we're fucking up. So stop doing that to the dollar. Y'all doing that with your with your bullshit of valuations. Yeah, we think Elon Tesla is worth 3 trillion. Meanwhile, everybody bought into SpaceX. It was $250. Now it's $149. Some dude said it was like a 27% decrease. It might not seem nothing to you, but if you put 100 bands, now you down 30, just like this. So now Elon really bagged 30. Like, yo, none of the systems is true. Whenever a system don't have, we could guarantee your money back. That's when I don't like. Remember, everything used to have warranties. Now, your favorite items don't have a warranty, or they have a warranty for 90 days now. It used to be fucking years, 3 years. It's not making sense. And I'm sorry. This is what happens when you watch the BET Awards. The next day, you all out of it. I'm blaming the BET Awards. You heard? But yo, I hope everybody had a great one. Government isn't going to do that. It'll lower the economy. Now you gotta make three. Yeah, look, man, fam. I don't know the solution. You know what I'm saying? Like, but all I'm saying is like it really. There's some. I mean, we could all agree it feels weird. Times we're living in are weird, but the undefining message is nothing is adding up. There's no real reason why somebody buys a Tesla for 130, 40K, and then in a year or 2 years, it's worth 20, 30. Like, so just sell it to me for 20, 30. That's it. Why does everybody want to make like so much profit now? Remember before profit was like maybe $1, $2. These niggas is trying to make 50, $100 off of each item now. And it's weird because they were getting to the money, to your ketchup people, your Pepsi, your Coke brothers. You guys were making good money. You guys were wealthy already. The fuck? So you telling me you spent all that money we would get? Like that's even dumber by y'all. And then they be hard on us. We don't know how to spend our money. No, nigga. In a lifetime, you barely gave a human being maybe 300,000 or a million, right? And they, live to 60, 70. You got billions, and you still fucking up. So you're the corny nigga. In a person's regular lifetime, you be happy to spend a million. These niggas are blowing millions on fucking cars, and they say we need to work harder. You're the dumb one financially. No, nigga, it doesn't make sense no more. You're the dumb one financially. If since '80s you were making millions and billions, and y'all niggas still need money, goofies. How many times Mr. Orange claimed bankruptcy so he could save casinos and not pay this or that? Meanwhile, a regular person tries to do the same thing, and they nope, you can't. Nope, no, nope, this that stays. Like, yo, this game is. I remember my dad used to say, "This is not a rich man's game, papi. I mean, a poor man's game." He's like, "Yo," and maybe back then they allowed the program to exist so long as far as it could, because what was happening, what the birth rate declining did was, each generation was working for the last generation, right? Or we were all working for the boomers, let's just say. So each generation was working for the retirees, now you get to a generation that don't have too many workers. They don't want to work at all because they like, they I don't know if it's smart or dumb, but they just not jacking it no more. They looking at us like, what? Y'all will end buying into the system? So you telling me that they told you had to work till 67 years old and y'all bought into that? Once I saw Toys R Us close, I said, oh shit, big places like that could close. Wiz, A&S, Sears, yeah, that part. I was like, oh shit, so jobs ain't even they finicky too. Even if you work at the what they call that place, Silicon Valley, with all those nerds and computer niggas. Let's say you were doing that. Yo, the way these computer places go up and down and they get evaluated. Yo, this company was worth $64 gajillion yesterday. Now they broke. None of it makes sense, bro. None of it. So technically, they wasn't worth that much money if in one day they're broke. Make it make sense. But yo, $8, my bad. I was just fixing my pants. $8, random. We outside, we inside, we everywhere. I'm sorry to heat my brain. I'm just out of it. And I'm chilling. And yeah, I hope everybody has a great one. You already know we be here tomorrow. Let me know in comments what you thought about the BET Awards, if you liked it or not. We talked hours today. Once again, shout out to Tiana Taylor. Shout out to all the people that won awards. I'm still not a hater. I just think that musically it wasn't really, you know what I mean? It wasn't hitting. But I appreciate everybody. Bye later. Y'all have a great day. Stay positive. Keep your antennas up. And peep your surroundings. You already know how I say shit. You know what I mean? And yeah, be safe, man. Be careful out there. There's a bunch of weirdos walking around, man. It's $8, random. Peace. Have a great day, y'all. Nene D, Fanboy, Christy, to all my baby, my wife, who else? To all the new ones, man. We got Tramp. Word, man. I said Christy, Fanbound, NAD, word, Amy, everybody, man. Jacob. I hope everybody had a great day, man. Stay up. And Fanbound, I'm gonna go peep your channel. Christy, have a great day. Stormy, behave. Later, y'all. Have a great one. Peace. $8, $8, random. We out of here. Good looking, y'all. Appreciate